UEFN, place of creativity, and Fortnite. Yes, this is a game engine, but for Fortnite. And today, I will be trying to use UEFN to make a zombie map in less than 10 hours. And also, maybe revive the Fortnite creative community since it's pretty dead. Besides the point, I only have 10 hours to make a zombie map. Of course, I will not be doing this in 10 hours continuously, but rather separately, because I'm not insane. But first, let's start from the beginning. Alright, if I'm gonna be honest, it's been a long time since I've used UEFN. I haven't used this I don't even know what to call it, game engine, in like almost a year. I last used it in July and I just straight up gave up on it. I've been so busy. So I have an idea and it's pretty basic. First, we'll make 3 locations. The lobby, which is just a parking lot spot. An arena, which is another parking lot spot. Another arena, which is a construction zone. The story for each of these locations does not really matter because it's a zombie map, who cares? But I will make the players do at least 2 objectives for each location. But first, we have to make these locations. Okay, I'm going to pull out a bridge. I want to go for like creepy. What if I type in creepy? Perfect. I want to go for this type of feel where it's like a bunch of pillars, sort of like this. This is perfect. All right, we got our pieces. Although it looks a little bit mumbo jumbo, we're not going to worry about it. So we're going to start with you. Let me get rid of you. And I'm going to rotate you just that way. All right, perfect. This is looking good. The player won't be able to see it. Now, I'm going to move these off to the side. Now we're going to make the big road that's in the middle. I think I could size you by 2 and it wouldn't really matter. Because not only are you out of bounds, but I need to save space. Now we just have a road. You know? And the plan here was to put this in the middle. Perfect. Now we got our road. Perfect. Okay, this is looking less like a parking lot now, but I'm still getting the underground type of feeling I was trying to get. Alright, we got our parking lot. Now let's get the fence. Alright, this is looking a lot better now. Perfect. That's actually kind of cool. Alright, we're gonna load into the map, see how it looks. Okay, this is a good point to prove. Do you realize that without like high graphics, God, I might as well just, yeah, let's just model the rest of the area. What is up with this? What the hell? Alright, I fixed it up. Oh, it doesn't. In these fences, besides that, I finished most of this area. Now I just gotta add a few more decorations, like a few boxes. This should be good. Now, I need to change my graphics. Alright, so this is what I've got so far. Not really a lot. This is just the first location, and I have 9 hours left. Okay, but still, now let's move on to making the construction area. So the idea for this area, it's just gonna be simple. I'm gonna have a parking lot, and then we're gonna have a second story parking lot, but you won't be able to go up there. It's really just there, you know, for the aesthetic, the look. I'm going to use a black wall to like cover it so that the players can see further. Now, should I use this? Reflective 5x5. Wait, if they have wheelchair vehicles, and that means aren't disabled people canon in Fortnite?
What?
Oh wait, what's this? I might use this instead. Yeah, let's use this. A lot better actually. I don't know how I'm gonna make the lines. I really this potentially this Okay, perfect. Now I just gotta like paste this all over the paste this all over the place. Oh, perfect. This is what I needed. Yes. Okay. All right, but if I could get more of these, I'm saved. Okay, this is how I want it to look, and it's looking pretty great. Okay, looking pretty good. Yeah, man. It's looking pretty good. Now I just gotta add random cars here. Change the color of this area. Ooh, that looks cool. To like simulate that it's an actual like apocalypse, I just add a bunch of random garbage everywhere. I'm still not done with this place. I gotta make like one more area, just the water system. My idea for this location is the player will have to repair defenses for this parking lot and fix the water system, as of why I'm building it. The player will have to solve a few puzzles here and there, but most importantly, the player will go against 3 waves of zombies, from easy wave to the final wave being the hardest. Of course, if your dumb brain couldn't figure that out. Continue. I wish there was a way where I could add graffiti or something. Okay, so I'm gonna use a sidewalk as the floor. I references this photo because it looks like I've played Dead Island 2 so much, and I love on how realistic and how good the graphics are. But not just that, but also the design. I need to find concrete walls like that. This works. Ooh, what about this? This will probably work better. Okay, I want to add like an area here that showcases the water level. I don't know how I'm gonna really design this. I guess what I could do is just draw. I could just build a water tank. Alright, so we're gonna have this area open, another area you cannot reach. Can I use this? Okay. Good. Perfect. Alright, this is how the player is gonna tell the water level. Of course, they won't be able to go over here. I'll like fence it off or something. Alright. This is perfect. Perfect. I'll make this area more detailed later, but I gotta focus on this. So I got most of this area done. I really don't think I'm doing good on time. When I start making the 3rd location, I'm already gonna be at like 4 hours. Okay, this is pretty good. I just gotta decorate. Looks better. This is sort of how I want it to look. Alright, let's boot up the session, and I wanna add fog. Okay, so I added a few things like these tables and these canister thingies. I've also made the sewer area look a little bit more like a sewer. I don't know what the puzzle here is going to really look like, but I just know there's going to be a puzzle, so I'm not going to worry about it much. Now, let's move on to the construction zone. How I'm going to work on this is going to be pretty basic. Alright, we're just going to paint you all sand. Oh, okay. This is going to be complicated. I don't know how I'm going to really start this. I'm kind of stuck, so I'm going to have to find reference photos. Perfect. Okay, so this is the construction zone. I know it's not a lot, but I'm sort of like in a twitch right now. I can't tell if I want to move on now. I really don't have that much time to decide, but if I move on, then I'm going to start making devices. But let's go. Now, this is going to be the hard part of this entire video. I will have to use several, and I mean several devices for each location I built. And this is why I am mostly nervous throughout this challenge, because though I am smart when it comes to creative devices, there's always a bug that'll happen. So I will have to be precise with my device skills. And as for where I'm going to start, the lobby. I will have a trader that'll trade you gold for zombie parts, which will be another mechanic. Zombies drop zombie parts. I will have a shop like vending machines where you trade gold for weapons. Then I will have a button that will teleport you to each location, but this probably will not be implemented until later as it could cause potential problems. Okay, so how I'm going to really make this, oh crap, my shit just froze. So where I'm gonna make the shop, simple and easy, I'm just going to put it like, I don't know, right here. This looks good. Okay, this is looking a lot better. Now, we're going to make the elimination. We're gonna make the zombies drop zombie parts mechanic. And it's so simple and so easy. We're gonna get the conditional button and the pop-up dialog. Now, I'm not sure, but they added this new thing, the conversational device, and I'm like, whoa. We're gonna call this Trader. Alright, we got the shop set up, trading, whatever you want to call it. Now, I want to add a message for whenever you trade. Alright, okay. I got it set up, finally. Let's work on to making the vending machines. Now, I have a perfect place to put them. I just gotta move this guy out the way. And since it's the first vending machine, let's start off with low prices, like 25. Yes, sir. Final thing for this area, we're gonna add buttons. Now this is gonna be complicated because, well, I haven't even made a single map yet. Okay. Read does not say anything. And I can't even get out. God, I just soft blocked myself. Oh my god, I can't even close the game. Okay, so this is the lobby. I made the button invisible because you don't really have to. But let me just showcase on how this works. Say you buy 25 for 25 gold. Trade is successful. Now let's say we want to buy 100 parts for 100 gold. Trade is unsuccessful, so we know that works now. This timer is for when you start the game. Let me just show it right here. Alright. Game will start. There'll be a red light coming from literally nowhere. It'll say prepare for mission. There'll be a 20-second countdown, and when the countdown's over, the game will start. And just like that. Now, let's move on to the first plates. You just saw me blitz through a whole process of what I call device code making, where I make a code-like mechanism using creative devices. To explain, what I did for the trading is get a pop-up dialog and link it to a button where whenever you interact with the button, boom, a menu of selections pop up. Now, whenever you click a selection, that clicking will send a signal to a conditional device where if the requirements of the signal are true, then that conditional device will send out another signal that will grant the player what they wanted. Too much to take in? Too bad. Now, on to the first area. Let me introduce the objective. A message that will pop up whenever you get an objective. Simple. It'll be a guide for the player because some people are brain dead and always need help to finish games. Definitely not me. Well, the player will first head to the water system, then they will do a puzzle. The puzzle will, crediting, be based off of Dead Island 2's pressure system. Then after they solve this puzzle, the player will head back to the parking lot and then go against 3 waves of zombies that will increase by 10 each wave, starting from 30 zombies, ending at 50. Simple. So, let's get to it. So we're gonna get an item granter. We call this item G underscore teleporter. Because guess what? There is this thing where you use an item granter to basically teleport all players. Yes, you could do that with basically any other thing, but this is the most efficient, in my opinion. It's kind of like the best thing. Alright, so I made the map into first person now, which is, it's not that different. Of course, it's still the same type of look and feel. This part, I haven't changed that much. It's still the same, 2, 1. And then, yeah. Ooh, alright. So just like that, I got it. Oh, and why is that so far down? You can see the objective right here. You can also see my mouse. This is just how the map is going so far. Okay, so this is me starting the game, testing it basically after quite some editing. This is like a short snippet. This is how it looks, you know. Search objects for metal. It's not a lot, but it looks good. That's the main part. I got a working game, sort of. After, I don't know, 7 hours maybe. Not good. Alright, now we could lockpick the door. And it's not the best lockpicking system. I got the sound effects too. And if you get around, you gotta lockpick another door. And it's more of them this time. Got it. Don't ignore this. This is debug. Read. The card is in a green car. Search for this car. The car is literally right here. It's not the car. Alright, we got it. Oh my god. Now, onto the second map. Not too difficult, and I might have to rush this one. The second map will have two simple objectives. Not literally, but two main points of the game. You know what I mean. Lost blueprint and 3 waves of zombies. Boom. Simple, basic, and easy. Okay. Finish this area. Now I have one more thing to introduce. Levels. Okay. Here I was aiming for a basic modern type of HUD, but the editor decided to kick me out because I was cooking it. I mean, look at this. No. No! Oh my god. Now, I want to go over here. And now all there is to do is just playtest the map.
A few moments later.
Alright, I did it. It was pretty short. Okay, so I'm going to make some plans. We're gonna get the item placer. Okay, we got our item placer. We're going to just add a few assault rifles because I played this game and I realized on how slow it is if you only have a pistol. So we're just gonna give the player like a random assault rifle. Perfect. Voila. Okay, I think I'm done with the map. Let's stop the timer. This took me 9 hours, 55 minutes, 35 seconds, and 49 milliseconds. That's how long it took me to make this map. Damn, this took me forever. But yeah, this map, in actuality, this map took me like 2 weeks. Time actually spent in the editor and in-game. It took me like about the time I said. I hope you enjoyed watching. This map will be published in the description below. You can play it if you want. But, you know, thank you for watching.